Eric was a little more, I think, active and a little more vocal, would you say?
Yeah.
Even from when they were born. It was Eric and Alec, because they were our identical twins. They definitely looked identical, but they did have their own personalities. That made it a little easier, at least for us, and being our first and only kids, to know who was who. We found out when they were, I think, between the ages of 2 and 3, that they were on the spectrum. Back then, we were like panicked because all you knew about autism was that the child had a disability and the future was going to be different. I was always looking for the next thing that could help to try to figure out, what's going on in their heads. It becomes a team effort because everybody wants to do the right thing and put in the right program to help your child. It just became kind of a full-time thing that we lived.
They're both successful on their own. Alec is in St. Francis and Eric lives in Oconomowoc.
But Eric has support. He is, living independently, but he has a support coach, we call life coach.
When you know the older people, they call it the greatest generation, the ones that serve the world.
Eric is a unique bird. He's a lot of contradictions, but he's extremely smart. He's funny. He's got a great sense of humor. Loves pop culture. Karen often says he's born in the wrong day. I mean, he should be a kid of the 70s because he knows everything about the 70s and 80s and reminds us if we don't. Even though he's shy and has anxiety, he's also a social butterfly.
And we have often sometimes referred to him as the mayor because we can go out with him, within the community, and he runs into somebody that knows him or he knows them. He just remembers, it could be a teacher he had in grade school or high school, and he remembers the name and who they were, and he'll go up and they'll be shocked, but they're just tickled to see him and talk to him. And
he remembers their children's names, how old they are. So
exactly.
He's just kind of unique that way, but he's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Bowl cuts. Remember those bowl cuts, Mom?
That was called cheap haircuts back then.
Every day you think about what's going to happen to your son. What happens when we're gone? You just, for his sake and ours, you just want to know that he's okay.
I think it puts life in perspective because we're all going to die at some point, but when you have children, just like from the day they're born to the day, you say goodbye to them, you want to make sure they're taken care of.
It's just critical to know that young man will be okay, that Eric will be okay, and that there will be people there that will help take care of him. And he won't just be like a case number for a social worker, but he'll be somebody that somebody cares about. Because as they get to know him, again, he's the mayor. They will love Eric because he's just a great young man.
That's what gives us, I think, a little more comfort because we know there'll be that personal touch and relationship, with people with Life Navigators and Eric. Not only do they have the trust, but then they had the support program. When parents are gone, it's great to know that they will be there to support your young adult to help them continue to flourish as best as they can.
That's my peace of mind, is that I know financially he'll be fine. But more importantly, I know just his everyday life will be better because he'll have some people that care.
We seem to have been the guinea pigs of this, autism spectrum explosion. To now be at this stage and to know that there's people like Life Navigators that's in place that we can look to for Eric for during his life and up to the end of his life. It's a very exciting change based on where we started. Any parent wants to see their kids happy. That's basically the goal here, is we want to make sure he lives a happy life.
To me, Life Navigators was the only place that gave that kind of peace and comfort, where it won't add to his anxiety, it'll reduce his anxiety.
Hopefully that will be overturned by the happiness he will get from people that will support him for the remainder of his life.